YouTube. Welcome back to Round 2 Woodworks. Special hey to my mom and dad. I hope you're well. Garage has come right along. As you know, I've been working since the summer on trying to convert this from an auto shop to a wood shop. It's been going halfway decent according to my plans, but there's some things that's thrown me a curve. You know, when they threw this garage up, 16-inch on center was pretty much close to 16-inch on center. I mean, some of these 2x4s are almost an inch off, so I got to mark everything pretty carefully, and sometimes I have to rip the paneling to fit. But I'm getting down. Since last time I spoke, I've built 3 new cabinets. I've done it the same way as I always had. I used the color pencils to, you know, blue, black, red, green for the different lengths of melamine board, and cut everything out one day and dado it the next, and on I go. So the cabinets are up. I'm about 3/4 done with the garage. Actually, a little more than 3/4 done, but I think the neighbors think I'm talking to myself. But I'm about 3/4 done, and since it's the Christmas season, I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get done before the first of the year. I know I'm going to finish up the paneling, but I've got at least two more cabinets to make, and I'm not sure I'm going to be getting to that until next year. So anyway, Dad, I thought I'd just give you a shot on what I've been up to. Let me give you a quick tour of what I've done and what I plan to do, and then we'll be talking to you a little later. So, you know, as you know, I've been doing the cabinets over here has all been done, so I'm kind of happy with them. I've got all my drills and everything that I need up there, and then all the hand tools that I need below that, you know, I can just grab. And then farther down, you know, I've got the workbench with you know, my automotive jack underneath it, my laser leveled. That old black thing is, I think it was a school's where they kept films and stuff in, you know, the 16 millimeters. I use it to keep my saw blades in there, so it works pretty good. Even my 12-inch will go in there. So that's that cabinet. And then of course, moving right on around, you know, I've got my mobile workstation hanging up there with a router table on it right now. And then below I've got a toolbox, and then right next to that is my table saw, you know, and then a cabinet above, or 2 cabinets above, with everything that I need there, or at least I can grab. And then the new part of the shop that you haven't seen yet is my cabinet on the workbench. See if I can go show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but let me see if I can show you what I got going. I made this one for my hand plane collections. So it seems to work pretty good, you know. I don't know if you can see everything. Yeah, I think you can see pretty much. Right here, I've got my old Stanleys, and there's a couple of Phillips were patented Phillips to Bell Laboratories in Connecticut. I got my old perfect handle screwdrivers. Over here, the axe is up there with Velcro, but I've got my walnut hollows here, and these brown ones, carving tools, they're Crown from Sheffield, England. And I've got some key saw, a lineman's knife or linoleum. I grew up with a lineman, so it's a lineman's knife to me. Got the old awls, some old white Stanley chisels, my marples. Now I had to buy, when I was doing my house, I had to buy a couple of cobalts because I couldn't find my marples. They're from Sheffield too. They're a pretty good chisel. So I use these for glue and stuff, and then use these to keep extra sharp, So then as far as my hand planes go, I've got my number 8 joiner, my number 7 joiner, my number 6 joiner, or excuse me, my number 6 4-plane, my number 5 jack plane, my number 4 is a smoother, my number 3 is a smoother, and then I've also got a number 2. That's my most valuable plane. That's a $300 plane right there. You don't see too many 2s. I don't have a 1. I've never even seen a 1, so I don't know what they're all about. All I know is that let's say this 110 here. This is a little 110 block plane. The number 2. Look at that. The number 2, same thing as the 110 exactly. So the number 2 is basically a block plane with a rosewood handle. I like it though, it's cool. So anyway, yeah, I've got, this is a 220 here in the burgundy. This is a 203. This is 60 and a half. This is a 110. This is a 60 and a half, and this is a 9 and a half. Will I use all these planes? No, but I have them because, like the 110, these are really junk planes as far as block planes go, because you have to adjust them by tapping them with a hammer and everything like that. But they'll work. But it's nothing like, this is a block plane here. This has got adjusting depth. It's got a lateral adjustment. Plus it's got a throat that you can open up and bring it real tight or open it up real thick or wide. So if you're going to have a block plane, have one of these, not one of these. The only reason I kept this 110 is I think it's real old. It's got a screw in there. I've never seen a screw in any of them, and the wheel looks old and the blade looks old. So I may have a real old 110 here, I'm not sure. But anyway, and then I've got, this is a number 10, big old rabbit plane. Jackrabbit plane. And then my Worth, this is one that I've had a long time. I had to buy this when I was redoing my house, like my cobalts. I couldn't find, I don't know where my planes were, so I went out and bought this Stanley. It's an SB4. Actually, I kind of like it. It's, you adjust it like with these. It's not, like a normal old Stanley. I think it's the European style, but I like it. You can see I've been taking off the melamine with it, so I got to clean it up after I get the garage done. But then I've got some old folding rulers, and then that one with the 2 knobs, that's a 71 and a half. And then the top one is a scraper. It's an 80. Which is really good, because when card scrapers for getting off glue. Here's card scraper for getting off glue, you know, is really good, but you got to bend it. When you have bad hands, that big old thing right there does the same thing, but it's got two beautiful handles to hold on, so that's a great plane, really. And then below it is the spoke shave. It's a 51. Then these are scrapers too, these little, and then this one is my ones, augers, you know, augers for the bit brace here, you know. And then I've got, you know, the files for my saw. I've got an old Defiance egg beater drill. This is the oldest thing I have in my whole house. This is an old saw set. I believe it's one of those for the kind of saw cross cut where Paul Bunyan's on one side and Hulk Hogan's on the other, and they're pulling it back and forth. I believe it's a saw set for that, but it's stamped 1848, a dozen years before the Civil War. I'm never going to use it, but it's kind of cool having something that's hung around since before the Civil War. So anyway, and then this is a newer saw set, a Stanley, and then an old nail puller. But you know, here I keep things that, you know, I kind of need quickly. So, so that's that cabinet, and then moving right along, I've made these cabinets over here. You know, I gave that a paint, the one black cabinet a paint thing, and then my red toolbox, of course. That's all automotive mostly. And then the cabinets up above. You could probably recognize that towel thing, Dad. I got that from your Glendora house. I got 6 rolls of paper with it, and I'm down to my last 2, so I don't use it very much because obviously it's been like, what, 20 or 30 years since you moved out of Glendora. So anyway, I've got everything up there that's real handy. So right now I can say my shed is less full, and right now I can find everything if I remember where I put it. So to help that, I've had to kind of label everything. I don't know if you can see that, but I put little labels on what everything is, and so once I start remembering where everything is, it'll be nice. Now I don't have stations on everything. I got to set everything up. Like this is that table right there is a station. Now that box is full of electrical. I'm going to be using this steel conduit to go around the garage with the plugs, 220 and mostly 110, a few 220s just for fun. I don't know if I'll ever need them, but just in case I do. And then you can see my ladders in the corner. And then next to that's going to be where that red table is and that container is. I'm going to have a big ceiling to floor cupboard that I can hold things almost as big as that container. So you can see that I got the last wall to do. I got 4 more pieces of plywood to put up, or 5 actually. One's got to be cut. Hopefully just one has to be cut. So that wall's done, or that wall will be done. Not much is going to go up there. I'm going to have a couple of shelves for long stock, 8 2x4s and stuff like that. And then I downloaded some plans on holding other stock that'll hug the wall, that'll roll out on casters, so it'll only come out of the wall about 8 inches, so that'll be perfect hold wood stock there and stuff. So, and then if I have room, I'm going to try to put my riding bike up there, get it out of my spare bedroom, so I can just grab it and take a ride instead of having to work around it in the spare bedroom or in the hobby room in my house. But anyway, Dad, that's about it. I don't know anything else to say about it. It's just as I say right now, it's going to be a while before I finish up. A while. But I'm not too displeased. I'm not too displeased with how it came out, or how it's come out so far. I like to be able to grab things just to go up and grab it. I might have to get on a step stool or something, but I don't have to dig for 2 hours to find something. So when it comes to that, I think it's working out pretty well. So I'm glad people told me that melamine wasn't the best thing to do, and there's some real negatives to it. Number one, it's heavy. It's like putting an elephant's butt on the wall. But it's tough, and you don't have to sand it, you don't have to finish it. All I had to do was trim it with the redwood, which is kind of fun. It's a heck of a lot better than sanding. Although sanding, I got a pair of gloves that has really helped. They have this gel pad in them, and then I cut a little foam pad to put it in underneath it, so now I can sand better without the vibration really getting to me. It's doubled my sanding time, up to about a half hour before I just say I can't, no more. So that's a plus. But anyway, that's about it for now. I'll make, as I say, I don't know, it's getting to be Christmas season, and my cars are coming due for, at the end of the year they get a fluid change. I don't put that many miles on them, but I always change the oil and every year, and the antifreeze every 3 years, and all the fluids every 5 years, and I'm on the 5th year, so I'm going to have to spend a little time on my cars. But anyway, I hope to see you back here and show you what it looks like when it's all done. You take care, and if I don't see you before Christmas, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.